Alright, Microstick. This is the Microstick. Let me get a close-up for you here. So, this guy right here is the Microstick from Chels. It's very, very small. There are pictures of this that Chels has posted with it sitting next to a matchbook. And it is approximately the same height and width as a book of matches. It is a little bit deeper, obviously, because it's fitting an 18350 battery. However, it is approximately the same size as a matchbook. I'm going to hold this up next to an 18500 tube mod. That's a pretty, maybe a little bit bigger than a typical mod because it's got some electronics. But just to give you an idea, it's very, very short. Put it bottom to bottom there. Okay, you can see the top of the tube mod there. It's very short. And keep in mind that what you see right there is with the Addy in it as well. So the top of the drip tip, basically it's the exact, so the no name in 18500 mode is exactly the same height as the Mini-Gen Microstick combo with drip tip. And that is that's a Hellfire drip tip in there, which is a shorter drip tip, but still, it's pretty amazing. It's very, very compact, very pocket friendly. So, the Microstick. Let me give you guys a little bit of info before we really start the review. So, the website right now is Vaporwall. There you go. It is wee tiny. That's the Vaporwall site for Chels. The device is 24 millimeters wide this way. It is 41 millimeters wide this way. It is 49 millimeters tall, minus the button. With the button, it's 57 millimeters tall. Super, super compact. Okay. The atomizer hole is 16.5 millimeters. So this will take any 16 millimeter or smaller atomizer. Hellfire Mini, Nawal, the Avis, the Mini-Gen, which is made by Chels, which is what's designed to be used in this device, Mini Micro, Mini B, any other 16 millimeter spheroid, etc., etc. 16 millimeter atomizers all will fit in here. It does actually have airflow too. If you wanted to use a spheroid, we'll show you that in a little bit. The price is very reasonable. It's $99 retail. I don't know what it's going to cost when it's available in stores because he is going to be selling this through distributors once the first list is done and also on his website. But it's 99 bucks plus 10 bucks for shipping right now. And it weighs 82 grams without the battery. So it's actually got a little bit of heft to it. It's well built, and I'll talk about that here in just a second. So, let me take the Addy out of here so I can show this to you a little more clearly. So here you can see the engraving. Let me pull autofocus off. Hold on a sec. Here you can see the engraving. That's Chels' logo, which is a little donkey smoking a pipe. It's kind of funny. And then as you can see, it says Microstick, and they are serialized. Okay. You can see the slots there. If you're using a Genesis that has a glass tank, you'll be able to see the amount of juice that you have. You can see the button here as well. It's a nice clicky button. You'll hear. It's nice and firm. You can really feel when you make contact. It feels nice. I do like this button a lot, actually. It feels really good using it with your thumb too. This little nub right here is actually designed to be used with a lanyard, so you can throw this around your neck if you want to kind of keep it upright and make it even more travel friendly. Inside here, you will see, get the light to shine right so you can see side there. There is the 510 connection, and then you have the air hole slots on the side of the 510 connection in case you want to use this with, you know, like a spheroid or something else that requires some kind of airflow to the base of the device. The button also has a locking mechanism. You just turn the button, and that locks it. Now it's locked. This does not press down now that that's locked. And you simply turn that back around, and there you have it, nice and clicky. If you look inside here, we'll take the 18350 out. You'll see there's a brass contact down on the bottom, and you can't see it terribly well. And on the other side, you have a brass screw, and then you've got a little spring that goes around the top of the button to prevent the button from making contact with the battery. Now that spring, you don't have to worry. This isn't like that device that we talked about last week. This spring, you don't need to worry about it making contact with the metal on the battery because it is in contact with Delrin on this side, not with metal, so it's not going to cause any shorts. Okay, and the spring is also not a hot spring. There is no current traveling through the spring. When the contact is made, the current passes through that brass screw, and then on the opposite end, on the negative side, through that brass contact down in the bottom of the device there. Okay, so we'll put the battery back in, screw the button back on the top here, which it's got a little bit of there we go. It's not difficult to screw in, but the spring fights against you a little bit, so you have to push down and turn, and then make sure that's in nice and tight. And once again, that's all set to go. So let me back it out just a little bit here. So this is the Microstick assembled, as you can see here. Okay. We'll take the Addy, pop that in there. You just pop it down on the top, screw it in. It kind of aligns itself, at least when I'm using the mini gen in here. And just thread that down until it locks. Now, one of the interesting things about this is the 510 connection, the airflow on the top of that, or the airflow cap, I should say, the cap on top of the 510 connection down inside here that has those 4 air hole slots. You can actually unscrew that a little bit if you want to adjust the location of the hole in your atomizer. Now, with this setup, with the mini gen that I have, it's perfect. So if you can see, with the atomizer in there, if you look at it straight on, the hole is kind of pointing that way, which is perfect because if you hold it in your hand like this with your thumb on the button, and I'll take the put autofocus back on, but if you hold it with your thumb on the button like this and you kind of bring it to your mouth, the air hole the air hole on the Jenny is literally pointed exactly straight down when I bring it to my mouth. So at least for me, I didn't have to adjust it at all. But you do have the ability to adjust that, to get the air hole of the Genesis to line up so that it's pointing toward you if you're using a Jenny, because you want the wick to be toward you, as you know, so that it doesn't dry out when you guys know how that works. So anyway, how does it vape? Well, excuse me. So I've used some other side-by-side devices like this, and Sidewinder, the Sfamesto with the sticker. I have never, ever had a side-by-side device like this hit as hard as this guy does. The performance of this little guy is absolutely fantastic. I don't know that it, I mean, I didn't do a side-by-side. I probably should have. I didn't do a side-by-side with like a bare brass mod or a Nemesis just to see if it's hitting as hard as that. But the performance of this device does not leave anything to be desired as far as how hard it hits. Like I said, it performs significantly better than any of the side-by-side setups that I've used before. Obviously, the quality of the vapor and the vapor production and warmth and whatnot that you get is going to be very much dependent on the atomizer that you use. But know that whatever atomizer you use, if you set it up the way that you want, this is going to perform as you would expect a high-quality mechanical mod to perform. I absolutely love this thing. To be honest with you, really, the only issue that I have, the only negative that I have with this device is just it's almost too small. I mean, I like I like using a compact device with a dripper on it and whatnot. But I mean, I really have to like. I feel like I'm like holding it like this every time I take a vape on it, like I'm being all super sneaky. But I'm resting it on my ring finger here, and you can see I'm basically covering up the whole device with just my index finger and my middle finger. And then, I almost put an extra long drip tip on it because I'm like hitting myself in the mouth with my thumb while I'm vaping it. So, but it's not really a negative though, because that's the whole point of this device, is that it's supposed to be super stealthy and super compact, but still give you the performance of a high quality mechanical mod, and it does. It delivers on all of the expectations and all of the excitement that I had when I signed up for this thing. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, I feel like I haven't really gushed over a device like this in a while, but this is just awesome. And for the price, I mean, I know it's a small package, but really, I mean, for $100 for a really high quality mechanical mod that on top of being a good performing device is also going to give you the ability to have, a stealthy device. You can connect your lanyard to it if you want to wear it around your neck, whatever. I mean, I think it's a great buy. Even if the price is a little bit higher once they become available in stores in the U.S. and other places, and they're available for retail, I think it's absolutely a fantastic investment. The black coating on it feels really, really good. It doesn't feel rubbery. It's got like a smooth kind of satiny texture to it. I'm actually not sure exactly what the coating material is. It wasn't listed in the official specs, so. But it feels really nice. It looks really clean. It's awesome. Like I said, I really have nothing negative to say about it, except for maybe it's a little bit too small for my gigantic hands. So my meat claws. But anyway, yeah, that's the Microstick from Chels. Highly recommend this guy. As soon as they become more readily available, I definitely recommend picking one of these up. If you've got a 16mm Addy to throw in there already, you're golden. If not, you may want to consider picking up a mini-gen to go with it. We'll talk about the mini-gen here after we do another giveaway. So yeah, that's the Microstick from Chels. Again, highly recommended. Huge thumbs up. Very, very well done, Chels.